Hello, beautiful human beings. It has been quite a minute since I have shared something, and I guess there was a part of me that was waiting for this moment to feel right. And I'm learning that, yes, there's a part of your soul that knows the perfect moment, and at the same time, sometimes we have to just do it and step up. So I'm here today to share a little bit of my journey and my story. In Hebrew we call it Tshuva, or returning. It's the journey of you returning to the most inner spark of your soul. Tshuva. Returning to your spark, returning to being your authentic, raw, and real self. And so, at least for me, it's hard to share my story. It's like, why does my story matter? Why do the events of my life affect anyone else in this world? Why does anyone want to listen to this? So if you're listening, thank you. And, our story is God's story. Every single one of us is one infinite part of the infinite being that we get to call the cosmic unified force that unites us all. That's a lot of words. But our story matters. And we never know the little pieces of our story that can affect, one little tidbit can affect one person's life dramatically, or who knows. So I'm just going to share my story, my spiritual path, to how I've gotten to where I am today, a little bit of where I am today, because it's been a long time since I've shared myself in this way. So, right now I'm actually home in Florida. I grew up in South Florida for the first 23 years of my life. And then I went to Israel for the first time, and that's when everything changed. So, I was never connected to any sort of religion. I still don't consider myself connected to any sort of religion. I think that dogmatism and religiosity has kind of really torn apart the truth and the realness of a connection to God. Now, if God scares you, then use a different word. Use spirit or universe or something bigger than yourself guiding you. And so it was around college time that I really started delving into spirituality. I always felt that something bigger than myself was guiding me. I always knew that everything happened for a reason. I always knew that when something bad happened, it was just because there was something better on the other side waiting for me. And I'm sure many of you have also had that experience in your life. And so then in college, you delve around with different drugs and medicines, from cannabis to psychedelics, and I went to my first, spiritual music festival. And there was just a love of every single person, saying hello to each other, saying that they love each other, saying that we're in a space supporting each other and just enjoying what it means to be alive. And so it was when I started delving into these things, as well as being involved with my local herbal school, the Florida School of Holistic Living, that I really felt connected to something, and it just kept pulling me. And so I went to college looking to be involved in medicine. I really wanted to heal people, help people, but I wanted to heal people, not their symptoms, but I really wanted to get to the root cause of where illness really came from, where dis-ease really came from, where we're not in ease, where we're not in harmony, where we're not in line with ourselves. And disease can come up physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And so I started being involved in my local herbal school, and with my friend Kiana, we made a holistic healing organization in college. And here's my dog Abigail coming to say hello. She's been with me through the whole journey. Wow. Anyway. So I got really involved with the school. I changed my course from pre-med to naturopathic medicine and learning about herbalism, and like living with the land, and then I started getting involved in permaculture and what it means to be aligned with living with the earth. And I started seeing so many of my diseases like melting away. And I, you know, as a kid and even until college, I was so closed. I felt like I had, you know, infinite walls surrounding me. I feel like I had, like, I couldn't break through. I was afraid to dance. I was afraid to sing. I was afraid to express myself, public speak in any sort of way. I was very shy, unless it was with like my close friends. Maybe some of you can relate. And then I started like going to these drum circles and being involved, and then healing from the core of my being with herbs and medicines, psychedelics, and all of these things. You know, having my party times, but a lot of the times were focused on like ceremonial, working with the medicine. And so this was a big opening for me. I was dancing in big gatherings and community get-togethers, and I felt free for the first time in my life. I felt like the shackles that were keeping me from expressing myself were finally fading away. And making that holistic healing club in college, like, I broke through every public speaking barrier. I forced myself to express myself, and every time it got easier, and I started, you know, really getting connected to the dream world and my body and movement, and yoga, breathwork, meditation has always been really big steps in my journey. So then after college, I was going through many ups and downs, extreme anxiety and depression throughout college. I mean, like, it was like, wow, I feel the oneness, and whoa, I've just been left in the middle of nowhere, and where is God now? And like, who am I, and what's going on? And not having any understanding of what was really guiding me, but something was guiding me, but it kept being in so much pain, physically, mentally, emotionally. Gonna take a breath. So after college, I wanted to explore the world. I always wanted to travel. I remember crying myself to sleep at night once in college because I felt like it was a prison, and it was trapping me from exploring the world that was just calling at me. I wanted to see every country, every place. And I really wanted to find who I was. It's really silly when I hear, like, I want to find myself, because you can't ever be anyone but yourself. But it can really feel that way sometimes, and I know what that feels like. More than you know. So, I went home for a weekend after I was about to start traveling and working at permaculture farms and doing the whole woofing thing, and I really want to just let go and be free for the first time after 22 years of being stuck in the school system. Someone's at the door, but I don't know if I should answer.